I'm really excited about. Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and this is going to be a very fun vlog. I am dragging my husband to a adult book fair that is being held at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Apparently there were like 3,000 tickets sold and there's a bunch of cool authors and vendors. I'm really excited to take you along and show you what I can find. Hello, it is now Monday and I wanted to give a little recap of the adult book fair and a little haul of what I got. And then I am currently reading one of the books, so we can kind of talk about that too. And then I think the rest of this vlog will just be me reading this book and maybe another one that I purchased, but probably just the one because it's the biggest book that I bought. It's like 700 pages. So first, let's talk about just the book fair as a whole. So if you are local to like the Twin Cities area, it was held at the State Fairgrounds in the Education Building, which is a pretty big building, but it was not big enough for this event. It's so cool, and I'm not going to diss the people who put this on. Inbound Brewery put this on. It's such a cool event and they sold over 3,000 tickets before the event started, and then you could also buy tickets at the gate. So I don't even know how many like total people actually showed up to this event, but me and my husband got there right at noon. We were parked and like in line at noon, and the line was pretty long, but once they started letting people in, we got in fairly quickly. And it was pretty organized. We got like a stamp, they checked your ID and gave you a drink ticket, because with your $10 purchase of a ticket, you got a drink ticket. But my main gripe about the event would be they had one beer tent, and with giving every single person a free drink ticket, that line, it wrapped around the whole building. So then it blocked the outside tables kind of, which were authors and vendors, and I'm hoping it didn't, hide those vendors and authors too much. But by the time we were leaving, we were probably there for an hour maybe. By the time we were leaving, it was crazy. Like, I looked at my husband and I was like, we can leave now. Like, I got my 4 books, I met some authors, I looked at some vendors. I was like, one, if I stay here much longer, I'm gonna buy stuff that I don't need. And 2, my anxiety was starting to peak because there was so many people. But we never got drinks because the line was too long. I saw people online really complaining about that. To me, the $10 ticket was still worth it. That ticket goes towards the brewery and the event. So $10, I haven't paid $10 for my husband just to literally drive me and walk me around. So I think it was worth it. I think it's a cool experience. I think each year they're just going to get better and better and figure more things out. I saw some really nasty reviews, and I get it. Like, you're taking time out of your Saturday to go to this thing, and there was just so many people. I do think they oversold it, but I'm sure they were just really excited to have so much interest, and you can't fault them for that. So I think next year will be better. We were walking around and I looked at my husband. I'm like, isn't it kind of cool that a book event has this many people? I don't know. It's just, as a reader, it was really cool to be involved in that, especially being in Minnesota. There's not as many events as, people in LA are always going to book events, or New York, I think the Minneapolis book scene is growing, and there's more and more really cool independent bookstores showing up and events. And so it's really cool to see. So honestly, I like the event. I plan on going next year if they do it. That's my little take on that. Now on to the haul. I got 4 books. I really just focused on going to author booths because to me it was more of an experience to go meet a local author and buy a book and get it signed than to buy like stickers and stuff. All the vendors things were so cute and like just it was great, but I could have spent a lot more money, so it was almost good that it was busy for my wallet. So one of the books I bought I have already read. I actually already owned a signed copy of this, but I just bought it at a local bookstore. I didn't meet her to get it, and she only has the one book out. So I did just go ahead and purchase a different copy and had her sign it. And I think I'm going to donate my other signed copy to a little free library because I think that's fun. So this one is personalized to me. I gave this book 4 stars. I actually really liked it. I got her next book as an ARC on my Kindle. So I told her that I'm like, I'm really excited to read it. She's like, oh, you could pre-order it here too. I was like, okay, thanks. So I got this little free bookmark. And then she also included character art from 4 Weekends and a Funeral. I think it's so pretty. And then a bookmark of Adam from that book. A local bookstagrammer makes these at Steph's Book Therapy. Actually, I saw her walk by there. I follow her. Book 2, I'm actually really excited about this. This is Love is All You Need. It's by Gia Stevens. And it is a surprise pregnancy friends to lovers, I believe. You can see she has a little picture of the baby there. But reading the blurb on this, I was super excited about it. And then I did get some free goodies. The series is Brews and Flings series. So she had a lot of like cocktail type merch. So she had these. Funny. Then she had this cute little sticker. Romance is my jam. I thought that was really cute. Just a little promotional bookmark. Love to see it. And then these were the 2 stickers that came with the book I purchased. So you gotta love the free swag. That's like part of the fun of buying books at these events. And obviously the authors were all really nice. And then I picked up Foul Play by Cassandra Medcalf. This seems like it'll be funny. I think they play on a bags, cornhole, whatever you call it, team together. And his ex is on the rival team. I've never seen a cornhole sports romance, and it seemed funny. So I grabbed this. The stickers that came with this are so funny. So you can just read those for yourselves. So funny. I can't. Anyway, and then the last book I got was This Big Boy Smoke by Sarah Jaeger. He is a shifter, so he is a wolf, and he does like security jobs, and so his current client is Talia, whose mom is like a senator who wants to basically ban shifters. Like she wants to have them like on a list, and if they ever get in trouble they just get executed, which is like crazy. Even though her mom literally wants to get rid of shifters, they have to hire Cade, a shifter, as security because there's like a big threat and someone wants to hurt Talia, and the best person for the job is Cade because he's like the best at what he does. So it's just kind of ironic there. But obviously Talia doesn't agree with her mom. She didn't even know what her mom like stood for. She kind of stays out of the political side of everything. So yeah, so then there's a road trip from DC to Utah in the car together. And yeah, I'm like 100 pages in and I'm actually really liking it. I'm really excited to kind of dive in and like see them get to know each other more and everything like that. Me and my friend have been watching all the Twilight movies together again as 30-year-olds, and it's been honestly a blast. But I think I just wanted something fun and Twilight-esque. So I was excited to see like a shifter romance there. I did get this little sticker from the author. That is my haul from the adult book fair. But I'm excited to read more of this. I just read on my lunch break and I'm on page 150 of Smoke and I'm having a good time. It's really fun learning more about like the shifter world, and it's funny, Cade's like wolf talks to him and they haven't talked in 10 years because he was supposed to be alpha but he turned it down, and so his wolf like hasn't talked to him in 10 years. But now that he's met Talia, his wolf is like, hey, we like her, don't we? And like their banter is so funny. And the wolf kind of talks like a caveman. And you know what? I'm having a really fun time. It's not what I normally read, and I think I'm loving that. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work and then we'll read again later tonight. Hi, happy Tuesday. Reading update. I read like 240 pages of this yesterday. I'm having a fun time. I'm like 48% of the way through, so let's just call it 50. I'm halfway through. And you know, I honestly, when I started this, I was nervous that it was gonna take me forever to read. It's 740 pages, which is a lot. Like, that's like a Fourth Wing book or a Sarah J. Maas book. So, you know, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it enough to like want to read that much. I'm having a blast. You know what? It's really fun. I feel like if you grew up watching like Twilight and things like that, it feels kind of nostalgic. It's nothing like Twilight, but it just feels kind of nostalgic in the books that I used to read. Like, I used to read like Jennifer L. Armentrout series about, I think they were aliens. Were they aliens? I'll put the cover here. I read that whole series. I read Twilight. I read a mermaid series. I'll put that here too. Like, I definitely just read more like whimsical, unrealistic things back in the day. And I've been just on a normal sports romance kick. And like, this is fun. This is fun. So Cade is a shifter, so he can turn into a wolf. But it's like, he's always both people, so him and his wolf like talk back and forth, and it's really funny because his wolf kind of talks like a 2-year-old or a caveman. Like, he's like, we like her, like like bite her. Like, it's kind of funny. Talia is human and learning about all of this wolf like shifter culture while we are, so like she's asking them questions and then he's like answering them, and he's being, I would say, pretty open and honest. And like pretty early on, I think around page like 200, he's like, yeah, we're mates. And she's like, what? I barely know you. And he's like, no, me and my wolf, like, we decided that like we're mates, like we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna be together. And she's like, okay, like I think you're hot, but like forever, like you're a shifter. So he's talking about like, yeah, we'll just have to figure it out. Like, I can't turn you now because your mom is trying to eliminate all shifters from the planet. And she's like, change me? What? Because I guess you can, kind of like a vampire, like you can bite them. I think it's more complicated than that, and they turn into, like, you give them a wolf, so then she would be a shifter too. And he's like trying to get back his alpha, like he is an alpha, but he's trying to get back to be the leader of his pack because he declined it when he was 18, and now he's trying to get it back from his brother just to kind of like right all of the wrongs, and like because he's a better leader than his brother would be. For them to be mates, like someday she's gonna have to become a shifter and be like the lady of the pack. And she's like, okay, cool. Like it's honestly so funny. They're so cute. His friends and family are really like welcoming, and I think they all think it's really cute that he has a mate, and they kind of like give him shit for it. Yeah, I clearly have a lot left, but I'm just having fun. I'm surprised about how much fun I'm having with it, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also excited that I'm cruising through it because I would love to get to one of the romances I picked up at the Bookfair too for this video. So there's 2 books in here. So yeah, we'll see how much reading I get done today, but I am on my lunch break at work, so my plan, I think I'm gonna run to this newer dirty soda shop like a couple minutes from the office, grab a fun little drink, and then sit in my car and read a chapter or two. So let's go get a soda. Hi, it's Wednesday, and I just read on my lunch break. I read a decent amount. I read about 50 pages, and I am 67% of the way into Smoke, and I still have a lot left because it's 743 pages, but I am on page 483, so I am making progress, and I'm definitely gonna read more today. My goal is to finish this tomorrow on Thursday because, like I said, I want to get to another book in this vlog, but I'm really enjoying this still, having fun. They're getting more into kind of the politics of it all and him taking over the throne again. He challenged his brother to retake over the throne. Brother wasn't very happy, and Cade and Talia went on like their first real date. They went to a cave and it was really cute, but their relationship is like secure and they're just still like learning about each other. They've accepted that they're mates and everything's kind of, you know, going good for the relationship, but I know this last like 30% of the book is going to be probably a little bit crazy, which I'm kind of excited to see what happens with him and his brother and him reclaiming the throne and everything. I'm wondering if she's gonna turn into a wolf in this book. I'm kind of thinking she will because I think each book follows a different couple. So, and like with it being over 700 pages, I'm kind of assuming that she will become a wolf by the end of this, but yeah, I'm having a really good time. I know I already said this, but if you grew up loving Twilight and books and movies like that, I think you'd really like this. It's really fun, and it's really not, I was kind of nervous. I haven't read a shifter romance in a really long time, so I was kind of nervous that maybe it would be a little bit like cheesy or cringy, but it's really not. Like it's good. Like it's fun. Like I'm having a good time. I'm liking the dynamics of like the pack and his family and like the politics of it all and the shifter world, and yeah, I'm really liking it. It's not like I was expecting it to be a bad book. I was not, but I wasn't expecting to be this interested in it, honestly. Just being honest, because I don't read books like this normally. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm excited to keep going, excited to see how it ends. I have a long way to get there, but yeah, that's the reading update. I finished it. All 740-ish pages, I finished it. And you know what? I really liked it. Very much enjoyed myself reading this. And honestly, I think I'm gonna continue reading the series. Not right now, I just have so much on my TBR. There's so many books that I want to read like in this moment, and it's impossible. So I'm definitely going to keep that series on my radar and come back to it. The next book is about Cade's sister, so I'm very interested. It did kind of end on, not kind of, it ended on a cliffhanger and alluded to a lot more of the political shifter issues to come in the series. So definitely intrigued. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more it's kind of like a 4.5. I really don't do half stars, but just know that it's a high 4, and I really enjoyed myself. It was so much fun. The world building, the politics, the romance, the shifter, everything. It was so fun. So fun. Highly recommend if you're looking for a fun little shifter romance. Or just something different. Yeah, I'm excited to pick up my second book for this vlog. I'm gonna pick up Love is Ale You Need by Gia Stevens later tonight after we go to dinner with some friends. So yeah, I'm having a great reading week, reading books I bought at a book fair. Who knew? Hi, happy Friday. I'm actually in the office today, but I just wanted to pop on quick before I go upstairs and give a little reading update. I did start Love is Ale You Need by Gia Stevens last night, and I got a whopping 14 pages in. I read 2 chapters, but I did read quite a bit of Smoke to finish it off yesterday, so this was just a little like tease to get me into my next book. And so far, I'm not 100% sold on the mailman character, but I kind of think you're not supposed to like him at first. So he just seems a little douchey. Like, he's like, never sleep with a woman more than twice, never get trapped with a kid, like all this stuff. And it's an accidental pregnancy book. So obviously the author's like setting you up for that character shift with him. And the female main character is a bartender at Porter's, and the male main character hosts a like single dudes club there. So that's where we're at. I think it's gonna be funny and cute once I get more into it, but I am excited to keep reading it. But now I have to go up to the office. Hello, it's Saturday morning. It's 8:50 right now, and I am just waiting for 9 a.m. I have a nail appointment, and it's desperate times. These have been on for 4 weeks, and honestly, there's only a little bit of chipping. Like, I'm actually really impressed, but I'm sick of this light dainty color, and I'm gonna get my favorite like fiery red, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, I've been getting my nails done every month for, I think this is my 5th month, and it really does make a difference, I think, in just how like put together I feel on a daily basis, and I do really love it. I did read probably like 85-ish pages yesterday of Love is Ale You Need, and it's definitely getting better. The male main character is very persistent and has kind of wore the female main character down, and I think they're going on a date soon, their first date. But they have hooked up once, and it's an accidental pregnancy trope, and she already has a kid with her ex-husband. So I'm very interested to see when the pregnancy comes into play, if it's from that first time, or if it's going to be from like the next time, or if it's like, you know what I mean? Because it's very obviously an accidental pregnancy book. Like, there's a sonogram on the cover. So yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna come up soon. So I don't think I'm gonna get much reading done today, and that's okay. I've had a really good reading week. I've read a lot this week. So, and then I'm hoping, honestly, I can finish Love is Ale You Need tomorrow. I don't have any plans. I just want to like read and rot and kind of get ready for the week. So hoping I can finish it. I'm gonna go into my nail appointment, and I'll check in later. happy Sunday. I'm here to give a reading update and end off this vlog. Yesterday, me, my mom, and my aunt had a little girls' day. We hung out at my house and then we went to a winery for a little bit, had some pizza and wine, and then came back. We watched some movies, just kind of hung out. It was a really fun night. I did get a little bit of a reading when we went to bed. I definitely stayed up later than them, so I got a couple chapters in. And then I did finish my current read about 15 minutes ago. I've kind of been reading on and off all day. So I did finish Love Is All You Need by Gia Stevens. I'm giving it a 3-star rating. There were some things that I really liked about this, and then there were some things that were kind of a little weird. I think there were some plot points that kind of almost made it like a little bit of like a romance suspense in a way, and I wasn't expecting that. And it's an accidental pregnancy book, and it's very well known, but she doesn't find out she's pregnant until over halfway through the book. So I kind of wish we got more of her being pregnant. Kind of just not really what I was expecting, but I did really like the book. I ended up liking the male main character. He comes off a little douchey to start, but again, a lot of these books, the male main character who is supposed to be a player comes off that way, and then he grows as a human. That's like the whole point. So I did end up liking him. I like them together. Riley already had a daughter with her ex-husband, and the daughter's cute. Their family dynamic is cute, but yeah, there were like a few moments that I was like, is this a suspenseful romance? Like, what is going on? Like, there's one scene that I was like, I did not see that coming. Like, what? I liked it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I had a good time reading it. I would definitely try other books from this author. I don't think I'm gonna pick up the next book in this interconnected series, at least not now. But you know, it'll always be in the back of my mind as an option to continue this series. This is a local Minnesota author, so I love to support and read them, and it was nice to meet her at the book fair, and I'm really glad that I picked this up. I'm glad I read it right away. I liked doing this like video concept because it's so easy to buy books and then not read them for like a year or two. They just sit on the shelf, so I really like that. I went to this event and I bought 3 books that I've never read before, 3 authors that I've never read before, read 2 of them, you know, within a week of buying them, and I really like that. So this is definitely a video that I would do again to get me to read the books that I'm buying soon after being bought, instead of just sitting on my shelf. So yeah, super fun. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and and I hope you stick around and subscribe and check out my next video, which should be posted in probably about a week. So I'll see you next time. Bye.